take me in. Timmy Bounceback, who's the co-host of the Ripper Magoo Show, which is just awesome. The Ripper Magoo podcast. Take me in to the setting. Rob Kraft, you mentioned it on your last episode. This, to me, is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're at the dinner, and Timmy sends me a text, and he's like, where are you? And I'm like, I'm at dinner with Ruben and them. And I go, are you sober? And he goes...
by the way, for those who don't know, Timmy Bounceback, if you've seen the podcast, he's a wild card. He's a friggin' character.
Yes.
And just a wild card. He's a beauty.
Yes.
Go ahead.
And he sends it. I said, are you sober? And he goes, yes. And then I go, okay, come. Because you have to be very careful with him. Because you remember the Ryan Lochte interview?
We will definitely jump into that.
We'll hit on that, definitely. And so he walks in, and he looks like fucking Jack Sparrow in Pirates of the Caribbean, fucking walking in all fucking banged up. And I'm like, oh, my God. Because when Timmy's in that fucking mindset,
right,
you can't get him out of it.
Now, when he made his entrance, did he stop at each person and say hello to start off? Did you have to let the table know he was coming?
I didn't let anybody know he was coming. I just had him show up. But he just came in and was like, Philadelphia! Philadelphia! Like screaming. And and the worst problem was at the table when he got there, because it was like musical chairs. Everybody was shifting chairs. The seat next to Meek Mill was Timmy Bounceback. Oh, that's how it arranged. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm sitting there panicking because he's attached to me. And these are powerful fucking guys I need to build relationships with. And Timmy is fucking zapped out of his mind. So long story short is he's like talking to Meek. I mean, I don't know how many times he said the word fucking Philadelphia. Like, I don't even, like so many fucking times. So then I look over at one point, and this is the famous moment it happened. I see him over there with Robert Kraft, and he's got his arm around him like in a fucking headlock, basically, like just drooling on the fucking guy. And I'm just like, oh my God. So finally I'm like, Timmy, we got to get you the fuck out of here. He's like, I'm not leaving. I'm with Robert Kraft.
And now how does Kraft respond to the headlock?
I don't even know. It happened like really quick. I was just like having a fucking piece of sushi or something. Look over. It's like headlock, boom. He was, I don't know. I mean, he was probably, obviously, when Timmy's in that state of mind, I don't think anybody's really too...
There's no stopping him.
There's no stopping him, so. But it was funny.
And I definitely want to jump into that Ryan Lochte interview, which we're going to get into again with Timmy Bounceback just stealing the show. My question for you, for the people that don't know you, Bob.
Right.
Okay. How did this all get started for you?
So I had one video that went viral back in the day. I was like 3 a.m. sitting on a couch next to my buddy. And ended up, his name was David Justin, ended up doing like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, that little spiel that I always fucking do. And he just recorded it. And his name was David Justin. He ended up giving it to your people here at Bro Bible. Bro Bible were the first people.
Big ups to Bro Bible.
100%.
Put one on the board.
Bro Bible was the ones in the beginning who just shared all my shit and fucking love Brandon, like all those guys down there. And obviously... they were the guys that got it started for me. So I did another video, and it kind of had the same success. And then my buddy said, you ever heard of Instagram? I was like, no. And then I started making these videos, kind of what sports announcers want to say. What I kind of do is R-rated commentary. I kind of have the voice that sounds like a broadcaster.
Right.
And so I just, like, I remember when I started off, I did Madden glitches. And when why the fuck does like one guy have one arm that's broken backwards? Like, and like, why is the announcer not saying anything about it? So I just started being like, instead, he'd be like running in the end zone. I'd be like, left side touchdown, and like the guy would have a broken arm. And I'd be like, why is the fucking announcer not fucking bringing up his arm broken backwards?
And but when you found out that the video had gone viral, was it one of those classic things where you just came to your phone and your phone was popping off?
Yeah. I had a bunch of like missed calls and shit that day at a golf tournament. And then I had like 316 missed calls. I think it was like crazy. Like agents, managers, everybody, like voiceover people, podcast people, because I think New York Post picked it up, USA Today, all that, like the article.
So then the process starts as maybe I could do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell your parents? How does that process go of, wow, I might be able to do this full time?
Well, I was in my parents' house at the time. They just downsized to a 2-bedroom condo when I came home, like rock bottom from L.A.
Right.
And so they were fucking thrilled when their 28-year-old son comes on knocking on the door and be like, I'm home. I'm going to try this thing where I'm going to scream my bedroom every fucking night for 4 hours hammered. Is that cool? Like they thought they thought I was losing my mind. And they were making me go apply for a job at a liquor store for like $11 an hour and all that shit. But yeah, I would be like literally something would happen when I hit 10,000 like followers. I was like, I'm onto something. I don't know what it is, but I'm onto something. And then I would like there would be a football play that happened. And I would be like, Mom, Dad, can you keep it down for a minute? And I'd run in the other room like, Nick Folk's dick flies off. Wide right. Fuck. And my parents probably
drops back.
Yeah. And then my parents like, what the fuck is wrong with my son? You know, they thought I was losing my mind. But, you know, we're onto something. We got some good momentum. So I think we can